Okay, so this is our last ABN Cast interview of the first day at MRO Europe in Barcelona. We're now on the AeroNorway stand, and Neil Russell joins me. Neil is the CEO of AeroNorway. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to Barcelona. Enjoying yourself so far?
It's been really good today. It's been quite a busy event today.
Yeah, you're in a busy part of the show actually.
It's in quite a thoroughfare coming through
you
here.
Are.
So there's
you're in a good spot.
We're in a good spot,
yeah. Let's just start off. AeroNorway, just explain to us what you do, what's your core job, and a bit more about the company and the size and scale of it.
So AeroNorway, it's a CFM 56 shop. So our products are the CFM 56, 5B, 7B mainly.
Yeah.
We were traditionally known as a Dash 3 shop, but we've moved away from that a little bit. We still do Dash 3. And then we're moving into LEAP as well.
Okay.
So that's where the company is going right now. Myself, I've been in the role for the past year.
Yep.
I've been CEO. Previous to that, I was a Chief Operating Officer, so all production. And transitioned into the CEO role a year ago.
A year ago, okay. Yeah. So it's been an anniversary?
Yes, so the 1st of October, so the last MRO event, I was just in the job
as
well.
So. Okay. So that was the news last year. The news this year is, well, you can tell me what your news is. You brought some news out earlier in the week in the run-up to the show.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we've in the past year we've been investing in some LEAP tooling.
Okay.
We've introduced a new LEAP program manager so that a person can then work in our company with the next phase into LEAP 1A, 1B.
Yeah.
So that's our main area. So we're transitioning away from the Dash 3. We're still going to support that for the next few years.
Yeah.
And then focus on the 5B, 7B with one eye on the future with the LEAP 1A, 1B.
So the Dash is being phased out slowly over a number of years. Yeah. But then you're going into the LEAP side of it. How complicated, how tricky is it to do that transition into a whole new program?
I think it's traditionally, so the site itself introduced 5B maybe more than almost 20 years ago actually.
Okay.
It was done. That was the last time a new model was and the 5B is very similar to the 7B, so it's quite easy to do. So now it's very new for us going into a new program. Yeah. And where do you start? So we've been talking to customers, we've been talking to our owners of the company, and just to see what way direction do we want to go in. One of the benefits for us is also that our mechanics get to work on newer technologies, and it's a way for attracting talent too. Okay. So it's a bit of everything in there.
Yeah. So you're going to take your existing mechanics and train them up into the LEAP area.
Exactly. Yes.
How to coin a phrase, how big a leap is that?
Well, it's being on the same product line as a CFM 56, 5B and 7B, it's not that much of a jump as going from another engine type. Okay. But of course it's still got the design of the engine, you need to look at all your risks about the current facility versus the tooling that you would need, and this basically the management of change that happens through all that. Yeah. And our mechanics are, they're very well educated as well. Yeah. So they go through, they love, they've got a passion for aviation. So for them, a new engine type is really...
It's exciting, yeah?
Yeah, the guys will be reading the engine manual in their spare time as well.
Yeah.
So it's...
doing the homework.
Yes, yeah.
Which in a sector that's struggling for manpower.
Yes.
This is important, yeah? I mean, how many people do you employ? How many mechanics do you employ?
Mechanics-wise, we've got about 135 mechanics. And that's including inspectors, mechanics, B1s, all the hands-on guys.
Yeah, and they're based...
They're all based in Stavanger.
In Stavanger?
Stavanger in Norway.
Okay. And bringing new people in, just talk about the challenge of that. I don't know how many people you need to bring in new if you're retaining people, but is that a challenge?
It's all about retention, because if you can keep your good people, then it's easier to you understand the systems, you understand how the processes work. So our main focus is retention. Yeah. But we also have a program for apprentices. So we take on 6 apprentices a year. Okay. So we've got about between 10 and 16 apprentices any one time that do people that are retiring will take that on. Yeah. So we have a good.
And where do those apprentices? Where do you source them from? I mean,
globally.
It's
local. Norway. Yeah. Okay. There's a government program for apprenticeships. Yeah. And aviation's quite a sought after area in Norway. You could easily go into oil and gas. But a lot of them want to go to the new technologies in aviation. Yeah. So we've got quite a successful program with it.
So you got links with academia and the universities?
Yes, with all the schools. There's a lot of the aviation schools in Norway for the military and the civil aviation.
Okay.
So we have that.
Yeah.
And we've also people coming from all over the world. I mean, myself, I came from Scotland to Norway.
The accent gives it away.
Exactly, yeah. And then we've got from Turkey, we've got from Philippines, we've got...
It's a global industry. You'd
exactly,
completely expect that, wouldn't you?
Yes.
And it's good to hear actually that there's still the ability to inspire young people to come into the industry, because you fear that maybe the industry is going to always lose out to other industries that appear to be sexier, maybe more flexible in their working.
I think for us there's a good side and a bad side with oil and gas. I mean, the bad side is salary-wise it can offer more.
Yeah.
But when you go to a workshop and you see the workshop, you see everything laid out, it's very bright and clean, as opposed to sometimes in oil and gas it's a different working environment. Then there's attraction to that too, and then jet engines, technology-wise, is pretty cool for some people, so I love working on it.
Yeah, and if things like sustainability are your issue, there are things happening in engines in particular, but in aviation more generally, that are really interesting. I mean, if you want to work in that area and make a difference.
The thing is, I think for a long time, people, especially in the MRO sector for engines, it's such a sustainable industry, because I'm taking an engine, I'm overhauling it, so I'm making it more fuel efficient when it goes back on wing. I'm taking parts off and repairing them instead of putting new parts on, or putting used parts in. Anything that scraps, I'm going to recycle.
Well, that's it. You're looking after its life, so that quite a lot of it can come back into the industry.
So it is a very sustainable part of it.
Yeah.
And then within the facility itself, we look at the electricity usage. We clean all the water from the cleaning system, so there's always that part of the building too. And Norway's a very green country.
I was going to say the country itself would insist on you working in that way. This transition to the LEAP side of things, then what's the long-term plan to ramp up capacity on that side?
I mean, I think there's quite a lot of investment needed for tooling. For our test cell would need to be upgraded as well. So, I mean, I think we wouldn't get really heavily into it for another possibly 5 years, depending. And then we would need to invest in probably extending our facility, and then we would need to map that out over time. But again, it's listening to customers. What do they see? How do we project that over time? And then just see what path we want to do.
So listen to customers, that you'll be doing that today, and no doubt, or potential customers. What are they looking for from you guys? What's their biggest pain point, and how can you fix it?
I mean, I think we've got such a range of customers, and I think what we offer is that we will listen to our customers and see what they really want to do, because there's such a range. You can do front to back LRP changes, or you're looking at hospital bays or module swaps, or buying material. So it really depends on what the customer wants to do. So we just have to listen to that and then try and have solutions for them to do it.
I mean, I guess one of the fundamental sort of general trends is they want their aircraft in the air for longer and not on the ground.
So
they're looking for quicker turnaround times.
Yeah,
and so
but
on.
Of course they want it quality-wise, and you can't say quality is a given, because it's what is it? You have to have a quality product. You need to make sure the product's safe to be flying, so you need to be thinking that all the time. Of course, the TAT in the industries have just increased. There's a lot of supply chain issues, a lot of parts issues, and it's how do you manage to work with the customer to solve those issues. And you can't always, but I think they understand, but you still want to try and offer them solutions, or try and offer them solutions to try and get over it.
And how are you addressing those supply chain issues? You're in the market for parts.
The good thing is that we're an independent shop, so we can have parts on the shelf that are needed. The stock level can go up and down, and I'm not having to truly answer to the board for it, because I understand our customers want to go out to have engines out the door. And we only focus on the 5B and 7B, so we can be quite, it's quite there's a lot of material out there for both engine types, then we don't have the other engine types to worry about. So it kind of that focus helps.
I mean, new technologies are coming along and coming fast these days. It's almost like slightly bewildering, especially if you're in the world of AI. I'm not sure it quite relates to sort of hard physical parts and engines and all that stuff. But we just came from an interview with a 3D printing business around the corner. And you listen to what they can do, and with now 3D printing with metals, you think this is potentially revolutionary. I mean, these things don't happen overnight, and there's a lot of certification work to go through. But there are these things where you think, I can see this sort of thing really making a difference.
I think AI will help more so within our, within MRO. There's an ERP system. And there's a lot of transactions that you do, and there's a lot of things that you do with even the Microsoft tools, talking to customers. And AI is going to help in that space because it's going to analyse your data, huge amounts of data, and then make sure that you're going in the direction that you want to go in, and you can check it, and also hopefully improve TATs. You can improve efficiencies in the shop, you can see that coming over time.
Yeah. Well, look, we're being by time, and it is definitely time to close up because it's drink o'clock here in Barcelona. It's all happening all around us, and we really want to move on. But thanks for your time. Really fascinating to speak to you.
No problem.
And good luck with the rest of the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks.